Let's see. Good morning. Let me see if my maybe way too loud. Can you hear me, Cavell? Hello? Lauren, good morning. How are you? I gather Cavell got on, but then isn't there. Well, today is Monday. We'll give a few minutes. Good morning, Anik. Well, we're wishing you a happy birthday week. What is it? Tomorrow, right? On the 9th. So you hear and see me. Good. I wasn't sure I could be here today. My stomach was feeling weird, but we'll see if we make it through. Thank you, Annie. Marianne, good morning. Yes. Well, I wanted to talk about Master Babaji today. I was able to do a lot of meditation and in the process have conversations with him. So I was, Babaji's an avatar, means he wasn't birthed to be here. Anik's birthday is tomorrow in Switzerland. Yeah. So he would like to do a series of conversations about personal love. We all talk about love. We all work on loving ourselves more. But in his conversation with me, and I don't want to explain it all today, there's a frequency, a vibration of the personal love that's really, if you're working towards becoming a higher consciousness and evolving, it's the state of consciousness where you want to not only find a love for yourself, but for everything, for everyone. So you'll be seeing me putting something up about that, and still putting out the infusions again for new people who weren't able to take them the first time. I believe the way to sign up and everything should be on there. I do have pretty much almost everyone signing up for the second round of the 6 more sessions they're getting. So that gives you tell all how much everyone enjoyed them. And these are going to be even higher for that second group. So I talked with Asha also, and she's very busied with the reunion of health and healing on a different level. Yes, all of us do vibration and sound, but they seem to just take it to another level. Excellent. I thought there were some of you that would really enjoy that. And it'll probably be a weekly thing for something like $15 or something. But I think it's good And it'll bring a lot of joy into your heart to hear his words. He spoke the other day, and to be honest, after all these years he's been with me, it's the first time he's moved through me. So I guess he would like to do it more and make a shift if he can for people and how they see that. Good morning, Barbara Ward. So I'm just talking about how I'm going to put up that I'm going to Baba G, not my choice. He came to me, would like to speak to whomever shows up about personal love. And I'm sure it's going to be a very deep conversation in ways that we don't perhaps see it yet. But I'll have it. I think Douglas said he would have time to help me put the next two things up today. My goodness, we're at September 8th. Time is flying. And I'll send out their congratulations to Alcaraz winning the men's final yesterday. I don't know if, I was a tennis nut. I used to play 9 times a week, so it was wonderful. I think he's a wonderful, fit person to play like he does. So, Carol Bell, I believe you've been here before, and thank you coming back. And Anik would also love the Baba G. But what it's also going to do is let you all have a relationship with his energy. And it may be very possible for you to have that come and be around you in a different way than it does now, which is very comforting. So today's supposed to be about healing. Like I said when I got on I wasn't feeling well, was not going to really try to come today, but here we are. So if you have a question about your own healing, yes, I think what he hopes to do is broaden your understanding about consciousness and about love. We use the word love very loosely, and there's a whole nature of feeling that needs to come along with it. So if anyone's having anything they'd like to ask about, certainly feel free to do that. This has got to be birthday month. It was Val's birthday, now Annick's birthday. Mine's coming up on the 16th. You can put their name in, or we'll send them blessings to everybody on the September week. And I did see something on YouTube. I am not a Buddhist, but I am the Buddha. And so sometimes I listen to the little Buddhists that do YouTube things. Excuse me. And there was one that talked about what your last digit of when you were born. And I found that very accurate for who I've come to be. And my husband did his, and he thought the same thing. So it was under Buddhist, and they have a lot of them, the last digit. So if you have free time, it's something you might want to be. And I will be putting up how to get a Babaji meditation. The Maharishi and his organization gave out meditations for years. They were like $2,500. So my teacher that taught me had been a monk for the Maharishi for 11 years. And then Master Babaji came to him and gave him 6 mantras to give to a person to evolve their consciousness. So you get one every 2 months if you want to do the series. But the first one is the heart mantra. And yes, what I just talked to you about, he's all about love. And it opens and deepens love inside yourself. So I think you'll all like it. I'll get all the wording and stuff up on the post, hopefully in the next couple of days. But, you know, I spent about 3 months in Thailand doing, first you have to do like a month of just clearing, meditating. And then you have to learn, it's a 5,000-year-old Sanskrit ceremony that I sing. You have to learn that. You have to be empowered into the lineage of the masters to be able to give it. So my husband and I put a lot of work into attaining that gift to offer it around the world. And in the beginning, we went around to different cities and taught. And then life shifted. And we went a different route. But I think with some of you who I've met, having yourself meditating, it's 20 minutes twice a day, and begin to be aware of thoughts and what you're actually creating in the world is a huge awareness. So we can talk about it more. So I'm trying, Lauren, to understand this message. Please help me stand in my power and understand my life better. And, oh, you already do, Mother TheoSophia. I was asking Babaji. Well, I think becoming a part of meditating and using the Babaji mantra, certainly I've seen people, one man was a real estate, made $200,000-300,000 a month. He walked away and went to be a guidance counselor for children because he realized there wasn't a love. He wasn't affecting people with love by the big job. Relationships change. They get more loving. It's just a very powerful thing. Well, that's very cool, Lauren. Good morning, Myra. How are you today? So it's a good thing. Babaji's going to come into and offer to be in everyone's life for a while. Let me just, well, I wasn't feeling well. I'm letting him know I'm already on. So we might see him come on. 11:11 on the clock. Wow. To me, the 11:11 says you're standing and looking at yourself. You know what most people don't get? Good morning, Paul. Is the greatest thing is to stand in that space and look at yourself. We get busy out here and we forget about that one that's us. And by looking at us, we begin to understand a great depth of our world because it mirrors it outward to us. So let's accept the challenge today of, in this moment, 11:11. And if you get 3 digits, you can look them up. 3 digits, 222, 555, 444 are all very powerful numbers. Right now, I'm not going to remember them off the top of my head what they all mean. But they're all very good. Things are going good for you if you see those. So, Paul, I'm assuming you're going to enjoy talking to Master Babaji. I'm sharing that I'm going to do, or he's going to do through me, a series of him talking with everyone some evening. we'll discuss it and I'll put it up. Maybe you could all let me know. Do you want an evening or a daytime time? That was weird. Well, you can go on and find out what they mean, like I said. And right now, during this time of the eclipse and everything, it's very powerful to be getting the three numbers, the 1111. It's all a blessing. So it's all good. You need to all be calm. Everything's going to be fine. The world is shifting, but we're going to shift right along with it. Let's see what Paul has to say today. I rather enjoy tethering in the evening for this work, though that may not be evening for all joining. Yes, we have to take and consider the time scope. Like I did 7 for the infusions.
Douglas Creed.
He's not getting that I'm already went ahead and came on. So anyone else would like to have it in the evening? Let's say, is 7 o'clock a good time? So we're Eastern. So that'll be earlier in the day for out west, depending on where you all are. Okay. So I'll work with it and go down the different numbers, and I use a signal. We teach everyone to use their signal that's right connected to God, to find out what's the highest priority for the time of day and for those people who are going to choose to come. Carol Bell, so you're in the UK. So what time is it there now for you? And 7 o'clock is good for you. How's 7 o'clock for you in Eastern time for you, Carol Bell? So I know the Switzerland girls. Like now it's later in the evening. So that might be too. Yeah, 16:15. Is that late? I don't know. Well, Spirit's bringing to me. You can always watch it the next day. Because I'll leave the access to it. I'll do it on Zoom. Perhaps is the answer, so then you can go in and watch it when you want. I'll think about that, what I want to do. Because that's how I did the infusions, was on Zoom. Should be okay. Okay. So 7 o'clock it'll be, and we'll figure out, because Tuesday, Wednesday's already taken. So it might have to be Thursday. See how we're just moving right along? Yeah. And then everyone's going to feel this wondrous love come through his eyes. All right. So, yeah, I guess that works for everybody. 7 o'clock on Thursdays. And I'll let him decide how many he wants to do, and then you'll get a pay thing to pay also with it, and wrap it all up in a pretty package. Then all we'll need is for him to show up, which he always does. Now, here's a question that you'll have to come up with. Does everybody here know their higher self? It's a very important thing if you're on your path to raise your consciousness. You're raising yourself to become your higher self. So if you don't know who it is, we're kind of not working together. You see what I mean? So does anybody know? Wow, I get no response. The higher self. Like, here's you. Carol Bell, I'm not sure. Elizabeth Ann, hello, Elizabeth Ann. I don't know. Annick, I do. There you go. She's someone that does work with me. Here's you. This person here that's the mediator, that's a lot talked about being Christ, actually is your higher self also. And this is all moving down inside you. This is your individualized expression of God, your I am presence. So the more you grow, and this slowly works down over your chakras and becomes you. It's very fascinating. And it's why I can look at people and know exactly where they're at, because of how their aura is aligned and moving. Okay, well, this is someone you want to have a daily experience of back and forth. And they're also a helper until you become it. You see, Barbara Ward does. Lauren, no. So I think I'll make that a first thing that Babaji will bring for everyone. And because otherwise, it's how can you just think about to God if you haven't reached the part of you that's the connector to God, you see? Yeah, Annick, would you agree it makes a complete difference in your journey? Mary Ann saying it at various times. I hope you heard me, Annick. You know, and having a signal that you can have be accurate. How many of you wished you could have that? You can ask a question, they'll tell you no. Yes, Annick is agreeing with me, or it'll say yes. And this is like one of my major things in my healing school, so we'll go through that with Babaji, because I meet with you all, but we need to start getting you moving a little bit more intensely in raising your consciousness is why I'm wanting to do all these different things. Because I'm just assuming, because you really don't say, that that's your goal, is to evolve. Maybe one day become a master yourself. So then you have to start doing those actions and evolving them. Well, you don't have to wish anymore. That's what I do, is help people discover who they are and find their higher self and do healing. So you're in the right place. And I think that's what anyone who works with me here will tell you, is they're not who they were when they began. They have grown, they have evolved. and know more than they ever knew. It's interesting when people first come to me and very excited about what they know, and it's not always the right things to know about, or we just shift it into the truth. It's not like it's more like the masterwork versus some other work that they defined. I work with in the lineage of the master, so we can call up anybody we want. And there's our goal. And the more conscious you have, the more frequency of consciousness that will develop, and you'll have an understanding of things that you might not have had before. How would you explain it, Annie, now that your consciousness is shifting? Could you put it into words? Or Marianne? If you'd have seen Marianne before and see Marianne today, in 6 weeks, she totally became more brilliant, conscious. Would you agree, Marianne? Both of you. It's an amazing thing, and yet very simple. Okay. I'm excited just thinking about it. For myself, I would say, well, we went to Thailand in 94. And so by the time there was 96, we had spent a lot of months just meditating. How that happened, where the money came from, to be honest, we cannot tell you. One night, a woman came to our door before we were leaving. We don't know how the tickets were bought. Do you need $2,500? And that's how much it was to do the program that we were in. And we had it for one of us, but not for both of us. And it was cash. And we went, sure, thank you. I mean, crazy things happen, and when we got to Thailand, we were just in a different world. You weren't allowed to call home because we were in the releasing of karma. That's what the Babaji technique does. Is how we have 144,000 karmic issues. Well, they let go. Let's see what Anik says. I can feel the changes in me, but I am sure there is much more that I don't. Yeah, that she doesn't see. Yeah, they're in a process of learning to see and feel patterns as they look to see chakras in a different way. It's so funny to me about people doing healings, and yet they don't see, they don't feel, they couldn't really write a paper about it, and yet there is a paper about it to know. Yes, I feel like I became a cosmic connection and feel a deeper level of love. So you're getting the process. That's what I'm here all about. That's my call. Yes, my digit is 1, and my intention from God is to make the call. And it's funny, when Metatron stands also right beside me, he told me that God told him to come be with me because my throat was so pure that I was ready to make the call. Now tell me that sounds strange. It took me a few months to really get okay with it. I mean, after all, there's a human part of me. But the more I'm getting to that point, you can begin to see, as I get chills all over now, that's what's coming forth to happen. So I can say to you, Babaji, Metatron, all the ones that are around me, good company to keep. So, and it's not just certain people that it can be, because if you're drawn to me, it's you. That's how I want to say that. Some people wouldn't want to hear what I have to say. But if you're one that wants to hear what I have to say, then there's a deeper part of the truth of who you are that you want to know. And I am freezing. I hope this is ringing true for somebody. So Carol Bell, were you here before? Do I recognize your name? Because all you have to do is come more, because what everyone will say, even ones who just come here, is they feel the love that we have here. Yes, okay. You know, because a lot of people have either the same name or different names, but I felt like I had known you before. So, and see, here's Prime 3. Yes, it's all true. Did you get a message from Doug, Prime 3? I know he told me he was going to write you one. So, no, we think about you often. I hope things are going well for you. But I would assume you changed also in your months of working with me. Yeah, and it's just grown. That's all I can say to you. From wherever it was, it's so much bigger, broader, deeper. It's a greater love, as I'm chilling and freezing again. So I guess, see, I was meant to be here today. Like 2 months ago, yeah. Is that how long? You haven't been talking to me for, it's been longer than that. Because, yeah, it's September. Yeah. So, you also want to look at the infusions, any of you who really want to grow, because they work with vibration, maybe things you know, but yet they're done at a higher consciousness, and they have your whole awareness of your consciousness become balanced and centered. You know, your connection to the earth, the stars, everything becomes balanced, and it's repetitive. And you even learn to be connected to all the DNAs. It's very, very powerful. Now, the second one that some of you here are going to do is, instead of in the beginning being 3 pictures, there's going to be 6 images that are going to, not that they remember them, but the vibration of those images affect you either through sound or vibration. It's about changing, about becoming more of who you are. So, yeah, it's exciting. And like, some of them have been working for me for a couple of years. Probably had no awareness, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Annie, of where she's sitting right now compared to where she began. And yet now she knows there's still even more. So it's all interesting. And I would say that's the same way I was. I've been doing this for 41 years. Lady 889, you know, when there was that big thing that happened. And I could see, because I could see as a child. My dad's the 7th son, and he could make things fly. No, I haven't figured out how to do it yet, and I haven't had the urge to go to heaven to ask him. You see here, Althea, look how bright she is. She takes me to heaven. But I haven't went to see my dad. He knows how to make things fly. Like if he was playing with cards, he could flip them on the table. She's saying hello. We'll talk one day. Don't want to scare you. But yes, Prime 3 changed a lot too. And you have no clue what it's been since then. It's just pouring and pouring out awareness to people. So what was I saying? When I was a little girl, I used to go to the pond. Jesus would come down and take me up to heaven in an air balloon. Did anyone see it? I don't know, but I knew it. And it was day after day. I had some little people that I even took to school with me in my lunchbox. I had them in my room. So when I had 5 car accidents as that 2030 arena. And then we saw that my great-grandmother's picture was in my glove compartment. We knew that that's why I kept hitting rear-ended or whatever it was. And so then I went on the spiritual path. And the first day I went to get a healing from my chiropractor's mother, she said, just go see my mom. She helps people like you. She had a big stack of books on a chair. She worked in her living room. And I was kind of like, in the living room? I was not very, whatever. That's not who I am today. But all of a sudden there was this great boom. And a book from in the middle of this chair fell on the floor. And it was beginning to channel. She says, I think this must be for you. And that's how it all began for me. Well, here's Cavell. 7 is good for you. Good. It's going to be exciting. And make sure you feel comfortable asking questions. Because you have to have that wonderment. Because you know things, but you just didn't know you know it. And when you get to where you can let it come out, I'm just freezing from all this energy coming through me. More comes to you. You'll see more, hear more. You know? Yeah. Are you just been watching Cavell, or did you just happen to come today? We've missed you. Okay. Yeah. Any thoughts? Any other questions? Cosmic connection. And you know what's interesting? I see other people that are channeling Palladians. But see, mine's in a healing way to help people. So it's kind of, I don't want to, it's not coming through about how America's going to handle the Palladians. It's not that piece. We're about healing and growing consciously to remember the truth. You know? Yeah, to heal the karma. It's all good. So no one's reached out to me because I wouldn't go do that anyway. Asha is such a beautiful being, and you'll be, if you come and do any of the infusions, you'll get to hear her and see her. And then there's other beings that once we go up to the turquoise healing place, it's radiant blue. Yeah, it's all powerful. It's all magical. I guess that could be a word for it. And very cosmic. And you know you belong. I can remember never feeling I belonged. I had a best friend all through elementary school, and then her parents had to move out to California. This tells you my luck. So finally, my parents decided to take a ride out because we were farmers, and they took off every August. We arrive, we meet my friend Christine, change over. I go with them in the night. Their grandparents die. they're going back to Indiana. My parents have to come pick me up, and I didn't really get to see my best friend for all of school. So, why? Just wasn't meant to be, I guess. But that was a transformative year. I think I was 14. And that was the last time we went to California. I didn't want to go. Yeah, she said, she's saying, I think she should be on this. She's on the post page. And her voice is just as beautiful as her image. And when you're laying there and you're receiving not only her voice singing, and then the beings that are Palladian working on you from your feet and your palms, it's heavenly. There's no other word for it. And it's not like you change for a moment, it's for good. Yeah, I would say. It's for good. So if anyone's interested in, another thing I do is channeling energy, different energies. So if anyone has interested in that, you might want to let me know, because another thing I'm excellent at. And I have a whole series with that. And I think it's time for everyone here to turn your engine on and start, there's nothing more to wait for. It's just do it. And time will still go by, but it'll be happier. And you'll feel more fulfilled and discover more about yourself. Okay? What is it? 11:39. Any questions? And you've probably seen Ash's image if you went to my post. So you have to go look. She's on there. And we get in this big old wooden ship. DK drives it. And recently we've had Lady Diana, the Dalai Lama, certain very powerful beings travel up to the Palladians with us. Yeah, I know you don't realize they're all friends, but they are. So they hop onto our ship. No, it's not a starship. It is an old wooden ship that we're using. It works. Yeah. So for some of you who haven't been back for a while, hope we see more of you, because we're hot. Hot, hot, hot. We're the place to be. Maybe not today, but if you didn't get on today, I'm not really feeling well. I was going to leave, and I felt guilty because no one was here. Carol had to go do something with her health today, so my husband called a little bit too late. So here I am, but we got to talk. Yes, this is my life. This kind of experience, this is not for an hour a day. It's going to be like this all day. My husband and I was happily married. We came home from Thailand, and we got a divorce in not very long, which is another way we knew. First, my lawyer called me and said that I had filed in the wrong county, because we already knew where we were moving to. Things just went like that. So we looked at each other and like, oh gosh, because we were coming to Florida to get married. And the judge calls me. She says, I don't know what or who you two are or what you're doing, but I'm going to give you your divorce right now over the phone. Swear to God, that is exactly how it happened. And that's all we do now, is we just look at each other and shake our head. Something magical is going on. Zach, I want to find a way to heal my OCD. Now, I have a PhD in spiritual work. I am not a physical doctor, but I can look and see if there's something spiritually or karma going on to see if it's connected. You know, healing is very interesting. It's not about it being a factual thing I need to get rid of, like diabetes. It's not that. It's about sweetness of life and looking where has it not been and finding a way in which of the many ways I now know to clear it and to have it shift, and supporting whoever the individual is to be able to let it go. Yeah, there's two pieces there. We can do all the talking, but if we forget the piece about having you be okay with it being different, then it didn't work. So you can write to me, Zach. I do private sessions. And maybe you want to talk to me first for a moment. I'll give you my number. Where are you from? So I'll recognize your number because I don't answer the phone. So right back down here where you're from, so I'll know what the call will be from. We're prepping for activation in our age of Aquarius. So I see this is very timely. Which piece? Toronto, Canada. So what is your prefix? I don't even have any idea. Do you know what the prefix? Good morning, Marby. So Zach, just give me the prefix of your number and I'll watch for it. You know, it's going to come up with because so many people call me and you know, all those scammy things. 416. Let me write it down right here. So if I see 416, I will pick it up. Okay. Aquarius. I have signed up to be in a. This is a brilliant idea. There, you know how like they have. My brain's not going to talk about it. The things you go where everybody goes and they buy booths, expos. They're doing one online, and I've gotten a speaker one. So I'm going to have all these various speaker opportunities. That's going to be in October. So it's over 4 days. But I think it's such a brilliant idea because you used to have to pay $2,000 to $5,000 to rent a booth for the weekend. I've done many of them. So I'll let you know as we get closer to it because you'll just be able to call in, whether you're listening to a speaker piece or getting healing. I think my husband's going to sign up too. He doesn't really good at the Akashic Records. He's a Saint Germain person. He's from the 12th dimension. He's a general of one of Saint Germain's army. So he's quite the gifted person too. So you've been traveling. Well, I hope you had some great journeys. Yeah. Are those little stars? Yeah, you know, some days my sun is just round. It's very interesting all that time. Maybe now with the eclipse, everything's changing because it's moved from being over here on our back. It's way over here. It's very strange. I don't know if anyone else is watching the outer cosmos during this period of time, but very, very different. Yeah. Good. So call me today, if you're calling today, Zach, after about, because I know we're going out and we have the insurance that we can't use the phone in the car. I don't know if anybody else has that, but if we're in the car and the phone rings, we can't answer. See, I'm just thinking. So call after 4 p.m. Eastern, and I should be able to answer the phone. Okay? I come out every night when the moon or the stars tell. Yeah, see, I thought of that. We haven't been doing the night. We're watching the sun. You know, we caught the big dragon images. We keep having a rainbow show up, but one of the energies I bring in is the rainbow energy, and it comes and shows itself out along the way. So many things. The world's changing. There's just no way any one person can stop that. You know, we're becoming the golden age. So I guess I did all right today, 50 minutes. Maybe I didn't channel anybody, but I shared a lot of myself. I'm just seeing if anyone else came in. Does anyone else have a question for me before I leave for the day? I know Zach's going to call me. 416, here it is. Let's see how many people they say. That's 11 people, huh? That's pretty good. So maybe I should see if I can muster some toning for everybody. How's that? Maybe blow my nose first. I have some of the people from the pyramids that come and sing, so let me see what you all might need. Maybe it'll all touch you all a different way. And please know, the first thing you always have to have done is being rooted. Because if not, it's not going anywhere. All right? Holy You're very welcome, Cavell. You're welcome, Marianne. Marby. It was lovely spending time with you all today. Tomorrow is messages. I will be here. And thank you, Anik. Thank you, Carol. All my love to you. Remember, Babaji's in the wind. Call him 3 times and he always comes. Know it's so. Thank you, Barbara. There were 21 beings there for that sound. Very nice. Let the love shine. See you soon. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.